Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the K-Pasta Podcast and Reviews. This week we about to do a wrap up of what's been going on in the week. We ain't gonna just be talking about sports. We're gonna be talking about a little bit of everything. So, without further ado, let's get the show started, K-Pasta.
Let's go. What we're gonna start off with today, fam?
What we got to talk about? What we're gonna talk about first? What you want to talk about first?
I know what's going real viral.
We got to talk about what's the biggest thing and
for
what's
the week
trending. What's trending?
What's the Will Smith and Chris?
Is
it the Will and Chris?
Is that what's trending for the week?
That's
is it Will and Chris?
Y'all is going ham on that. The memes got me dying.
Well, every time I turn on Facebook, Instagram, that's all I'm seeing. Some memes about Chris Rock getting slapped, and I think it was an unfortunate incident. The reason why I say that is because, first of all, it was on live television at what is some people might consider to be one of the biggest stages from that. Over there, I should say, because in my little small world, the Oscars are not that big. I don't know people that watch it.
With?
I'm gonna get to that, but where I'm from, the Oscars not that big. When the Oscars come on, I don't really.
None of us watching the Oscars.
Hit the DVR to record the Oscars like I would another show or whatever. But I didn't even know the Oscars.
But Will Smith was Oscar De La Hoya.
I would like to say that I didn't know the Oscars were on until I heard about the slap. The slap that was heard across the world. So I mean, it's not that big, but Will made it big, and Chris, he made it big too. For what happened to him. I feel like Chris was the victim in this.
Yeah. To me, I feel like a comedian gonna do comedy. That's why when I go comedy shows, I do not sit in the front row because I already know what's gonna go down. But with it being the Oscars, at the same time, I feel both of them point of view. So I can't knock nobody.
What you mean by you feel both?
Because okay, I lean more on Chris Rock's side because he's a comedian. And this is what they do. They do stuff like this just to get the crowd feeling good. But the thing that I hated about it is this the first time that the Oscars really let this many black folks.
I mean, a black person, he produced the show for the first time ever. It was the first time.
And this
what's his name? Will Packer. Shout out to Will Packer.
Yeah, shout out. But this set us back, right?
So you saying that just because he's a comedian, it doesn't matter what the content is? Should a comedian talk about
But it wasn't no big hit. Like it wasn't.
I have seen
no big.
I have seen certain clips of the past with Will, Jada, and Chris taking pictures. Like they did some more shows and stuff together.
Chris and Will friends though, the way they was.
Okay,
friends.
with that being said, if they friends. So let's just say they friends. Okay, that's just hypothetically speaking. They friends. Say they friends. Okay. Jada went public on a Red Table Talk and talked about her hair loss, alopecia. Shouldn't, if they're friends, you think
not really.
Chris has watched the Red Table
Not
before?
really, because
So you think he never seen the Red Table?
because I'm gonna be real.
You
How
think
many
Chris-
people out there watch the Red Table?
I'm saying if
Nobody watched the Red
Yeah,
Table
but going
except for
back-
when they had Will up there.
we saying
we
if
don't
we
know.
friends, you just said they friends. They were friends before this.
But
So
nobody
you don't think he
watched
watched the Red Table and they friends?
I don't think he watched.
So you don't think if they
I
friends,
believe he like he
you
my
said,
friend, but see, Chris got a lot more going on than we
So
do.
if they friends, like you said, you don't think that he know about her hair condition, but people that's not their friend know about the hair
Well, he
condition.
said he did, and nobody really knew about
So
the hair
he's a-
condition. It's a lot of people
I mean-
that didn't know, even the people that's not his friend.
A lot of people did know though.
A lot of people didn't know.
So you
too.
think he taking pictures with him? He never heard about hair loss.
I'm thinking about Chris Rock. He ain't watching no Red
Back
Table.
to the what
I ain't watched no Red Table
Okay,
except the one
okay.
with Will Smith walked there
Okay.
crying.
I'm not a fan of it either. Not because I don't like it. It's because I don't think it
The way they
pertain to
do it.
me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't
It
think
don't
it's
really
for
be
me.
pertaining to me, so
But I don't
I'll
know. It
miss-
don't pertain to me. I just assume it don't
Yeah.
pertain to me.
But then when they had the wheel joint, I was like, I might can relate to this. So I actually watched.
So we think of I think of the Red Table like Oprah. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
watch Oprah. Even
Yeah,
though
I
she
don't watch
famous,
Oprah
I
either.
wouldn't watch Oprah. But okay, going back to
Hey,
what we were
baby.
talking about though. So you saying that you think he made the joke about her hair because he didn't know about her situation?
I don't think he knew.
But
He said he claimed he didn't know.
so you
But G.I. Jane was badass though. She was rocking.
so do you think that the joke was okay? You think it was a good joke?
Okay for what was going on, because that's what they do. You know you're gonna get.
So do you think
Okay,
he
I'ma give you a-
overreacted? You think he overreacted?
Oh yeah, he way
uh,
over. Cause he was laughing. He was dying. That joke was funny than
Yeah,
him. They looked at
because some
Jada.
people. Yeah,
Jada
but
was like-
everybody say that. Everybody say that. Everybody say that.
Mhm.
But everybody don't get jokes at the same amount of time. Soon as
So I had to kick into him.
yeah, I mean, come on, that's natural.
But
People acting
still,
like
I'm
that's not
telling you.
natural.
I'm
People
telling
acting
y'all,
like that's not a natural thing. Or okay, I say the joke. People act like it's not a natural thing to get jokes late, or everybody supposed to get it in 3 seconds.
I'ma give
some
you an
people
example.
don't get it. He was just in it. To me, he was in the mood of laughing,
Mhm.
no matter what the
looked
punchline
up.
was.
She got.
He was going to
witchcraft in
laugh
that
regardless, no matter what he said. He was just already in a laughing mode. Like, I know the camera's on me. I'm gonna respond like the camera's on me. I supposed to be laughing, so I'm laughing. Not, I think the joke is funny. He just laughing a fake laugh because he know the camera's on him and he's laughing. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh no matter what you say. I'm gonna laugh. It's my
That
job.
was funny to him till Jada looked at him. He looked at her.
Nah, I
like,
don't think he got the joke. And if you ask me, I think the joke meant more than just her hair, because Demi Moore played in G.I. Jane. Demi Moore cheated on her husband with a much younger guy. What's his name? The guy that played in that 70s
Nah,
show?
you right. You right with that. I don't know the dude name.
Austin Kutcher. I'm saying it right. Austin Kutcher.
Yeah.
And dated him for a
Yeah.
while, the same way Jada did to Will,
Like I said.
and dated with a much younger man. So maybe he thought the hair joke wasn't that bad.
He
And
probably
they say
laughed and then
women
thought about
much
it.
smarter than men. That's what they say.
Mhm.
So maybe a woman got the joke faster than he did. Maybe he thought, oh, that's just a hair joke. And then he thought to himself, wait a minute. You just not only playing her, you playing me too.
on the sneak tip.
So
Now,
maybe,
yeah.
so
But
in
I
all
don't think Will
in
that
all
smart, but
fairness,
maybe.
it was a good joke. It was a fabulous joke. In all fairness, it was a good joke. If that's the way Chris Rock rehearsed and thought about that joke, it was the perfect joke. He's saying that, hey, Demi Moore, just take the G.I. Jane part out of it and
Mhm.
just look at the because
As
actors.
far as the
Actors and actresses,
Okay, yeah, I
they
can
don't look
understand
at the script. or what your name was in the movie. They look at the people that play the movie because they look at actors. So Will Smith probably thought about it like Demi Moore. You are not talking about G.I. Jane anymore at this point. You talking about Demi Moore and what she did to her husband.
Hit me with that punchline.
Yeah, but it's a punchline. That's why some people in the audience were laughing and some people were like, oh, because they got it and some people didn't get it. I think Will didn't get it at first, but once it resonated, then that's when
I still think with Jada getting that look, he was like,
nah, because he really didn't even look at her before everybody say when Jada gave him the look. Will was looking straight when Jada gave him look at him. They weren't looking at each other. Why people keep saying they were looking at each other? They weren't looking at each other. I think it clicked like, that was a good ass joke. He was like, oh, nah, I ain't taking that joke. I'm sick of people talking about this situation where Jada cheated on me.
What you think would have happened if it was Marlon Wayans would say that upstairs?
I mean, once it resonated and he got the joke, because it was a good joke.
I think
if you trying to hurt somebody's feelings, it's not a good joke.
Wayans brothers,
it's not a good joke unless you deliberately trying to hurt somebody's feelings. And once Will Smith felt like, hey, it's a joke. Like if you playing the dozens, or if I'm trying to hurt your feelings, or I'm trying to hurt your wife's feelings, it was the perfect joke. It wasn't the perfect laughing.
I'd have been around people. I gave their wife hell.
I'm saying
they ain't slapped me.
It wasn't the perfect joke if you trying to get a laugh, but it's a perfect joke if you trying to hurt somebody.
It was a soft joke though. To me, it wasn't.
It was a soft joke because you ain't get the joke.
Because when I first,
everybody out here acting like the joke was about a hair. The joke was more than about a hair. If the joke was just about her hair, then it was a soft joke. But Chris Rock is a professional. He's so good. They got him to get up there and talk at the Oscars. Him and David Chappelle got some of the better underlying jokes where you got to really think about, and it got to resonate. That's what they do for a living. You think Chris Rock gonna get up there and just say a regular joke? Nah, the joke meant more than about her hair. Why he ain't pick somebody else with a bald head? A woman. He could have said a lady from Mad Max. He could have said somebody else with a bald head.
I do figure that it was random with the way Chris Rock moved. I feel it was random.
He tried it. He tried it and it didn't work. It worked, but it didn't work like he thought it was gonna. He knew that joke. He thought about that joke.
Where you feel everything go from now?
He thought about that joke for a long time before he threw it out there. That ain't no off the top joke.
No, I don't think
he said. I
don't think he thought about it.
Who is the other actor that left their husband or cheated on their husband for a younger man besides Demi Moore? Who else did that?
I still feel he just hit it with that, but then later he realized.
We're talking about a professional comedian, one of the best. You think it's just about a hair? What other woman or actor or actress cheated on their husband for a much younger man, and it was public?
I don't think he went that deep. I think he just thought right at the.
He went that deep.
You know how comedians is like, just hit. Wow.
This was a planned, targeted hit, and it was funny until Will Smith can't get up there and say, hey, I ain't hit him because of the hair. I hit him because he threw that Demi Moore joke at me.
Well,
the joke wasn't about G.I. Jane. The joke was about Demi Moore. It was a Demi Moore
Everybody
joke.
Hit the comments and let us know what y'all feel.
Everybody's saying it's a G.I. Jane joke, but it was a Demi Moore joke. Now,
I understand though. I feel both sides.
Then you can see how he felt at that moment.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're not only playing me. He probably thought to himself, damn, that joke was good as
I don't think Will Smith even saying G.I. Jane, so I can't agree with
He probably say, man, that joke was good as I don't know what. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a good joke, but you ain't playing me like that in front of everybody, the whole world. I feel like he messed up his whole night. He should have handled it way different. He should have got him backstage.
Nothing I feel. Even though he took up for her, you think she'll ever take up for him? Which she never have.
Well, if you want to go to the underlying conditions, like go back to the when she made a fool out of him in front of the
Forever.
whole
Show
world.
me. She told this dude that he don't even satisfy her
Yeah, it's terrible.
in public to everybody.
So
Like she never take up for him. I think she do witchcraft. Witchcraft? Where the witchcraft button? Kardashian?
well, I think that
Unknown caller.
Yo. What's good?
we got a caller that just called in and just kind of popped up, but we were expecting this call. That's why I took the call.
Yeah.
So this is the guy that usually joins us, GS. He usually joins us on the podcast. So we were waiting. He had some things he had to take care of first. But here you go. Welcome, GS. GS, we were just talking about the so can you hear me? Ain't coming through like I need him to come through. Yeah, you kind of low. But we were just talking about the Will Smith and Jada. What happened in the week. And we were making our points on that. We just started off with that because I feel like it's something that shocked the world.
Yeah.
And we were trying to say from the my perspective and his perspective, who was the victim and who was the aggressor? Was it the person telling the joke, the aggressor, or the person that was swinging, throwing hands? Who was it? Can you hear me?
See, we can connect them.
Hold on, I gotta connect you. Hold on for a second.
But anyway, like I was saying, that's a soft joke. I don't know.
The victim was Chris Rock.
Yeah.
The victim was Chris Rock. Do you think that he was Will Smith was pushed into assaulting? Because he definitely assaulted Chris Rock. Do you think he was pushed into that?
Maybe so, maybe not. I think everything's kind of from different. Everybody's perspectives kind of split down the middle. Some people think he antagonized the Slab. Some people think he didn't.
So what's your personal feelings about it? What's your personal
how you feel about
it?
Because I was just telling him that I think the joke was a Demi Moore joke, not a G.I. Jane joke. Because Demi Moore left her husband for a much younger, or cheated on her husband for a much younger Ashton Kutcher. And that's the same thing Jada did to Will when she started messing with August. And I think Will started laughing at first until he thought about it in that light. That's when the joke really hit him. Like, hey,
I don't feel he thought that the comedians just
he thought it. Nah, because you think comedians think like that. Comedians don't.
He did not have that plan before the show.
Why not? We talking about a professional person that's knowing they're gonna do comedy at the Oscars.
But professional people go right off the head. They have your little bit of stuff you got, and then they go right
professional
off the
people,
head.
they rehearse their
It's like battle rap.
What makes a professional
you're going there
a
ready with a little bit, but then you just got the.
That was the perfect joke. He could have used any bald-headed woman besides G.I. Jane. What made him pick G.I. Jane, which is really Demi Moore? Actors don't look at.
What other bald-headed woman on a movie you gonna pick? Jada on Matrix herself.
What you say, GS?
I think a lot of them do write their materials down and try to memorize it, or if they have a prompter in front of them to read the jokes, or I think he rehearsed that joke before he came out there and just
because if you look at it like that, it was the perfect joke. If he was thinking about the Demi Moore part of the joke and Ashton Kutcher, it was the perfect joke. You know what I'm saying? It was so perfect. He couldn't have got no perfect in that. Only if he was trying to hurt somebody's feelings. But if you trying to make people laugh, it might not have been funny. But if he was trying to hurt somebody's feelings, it was a perfect joke if you were trying to hurt somebody. I think he used it in the wrong setting. If they arguing about the fight, then you could throw that kind of joke out there. But if you don't want to fight, I think he should have kept that joke to himself. But other than that, it was perfect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey,
they boycotted this award show. Them coming back and Will receiving an award, I would have left them alone.
The bad thing about it is,
you think he should have left him alone?
I think so. I think he should have left them alone.
The bad thing about it is they finally gave black people all this power. We had a black producer on the show.
Yeah,
the most black people ever won.
Shout out to Will Packer.
Shout out to Will Packer. And this happened. I know they just looking like, see, we told y'all this was gonna happen. That's why. But,
so you think that Chris Rock, he had I'm gonna say it was probably less than 10% of black people in the audience, and he could have picked somebody white to crack a joke on.
He was cracking on everybody in the front row.
I mean,
that's why when I go to comedy shows, I do not sit in the front row. I'm not trying to get clapped. I already know what it is. I went to a D.R. Higley comedy show where he was just killing everybody. Oh, shout out. D.R. Higley is way funnier live than on TV. Just to let everybody know.
So what you think about that, GS? You think he should have, just because he was to the front, he cracked on him, or he could have cracked on Will, not Jada? What you think?
He probably should have just cracked on Will, not Jada. But then again, if they're friends personally, you know what I mean? If they're friends and know each other personally, right?
Yeah.
You could have easily not said nothing to that man. If you know their personal business,
you're a comedian. You going to everybody in the room. Everybody,
yeah, you know what's sensitive. You know the sensitive issues.
You know, if you know their personal business,
but they say Chris Rock didn't know that all that. I mean, they friends, but you're not sitting there living with them in their house every day.
He's saying,
like, this is my first cousin. I don't know.
He's saying if you my man, then I'm gonna pick some other people that's not my man to crack on, like that.
Right.
Oh, hell no. I'm cracking on. If I'm a comedian, I'm cracking on all y'all. I'm cracking on family. I'm cracking
that's
on
why he got slapped. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you supposed to do.
Because some people think we cool, man. Why you gonna play me like that? We cool, you know me like that.
See ya.
They say people that hurt you the most are the people that know you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I hurt your feelings.
You made me here earlier when I came here. Not yo, see that what
you say, GS?
He know him personally. So he had to handle it in a personal manner.
This nigga don't owe me. Still give me hell, man. Forget this.
You know me and my family personally. So you gonna get up here, everybody, and crack jokes on us, and you know us personally.
The whole world.
I wouldn't expect you to do that.
But he said he didn't know about that part.
I might have to do something unexpected to you, man.
He's saying that he shouldn't have said nothing to him anyway. He's saying he shouldn't have said nothing to him anyway.
You gonna say something?
If it's your night, why you want to jeopardize messing up somebody else's night that you know personally? That's how he's saying.
Hey, GS, how much we crack on each other?
Not in front of the whole world on television.
The whole world.
We cracking.
That's a whole nother subject.
That's because we ain't on television, but we wasn't television. We crack on each other.
That's a whole nother subject. You talking about my wife on TV, live on TV. That's a whole nother subject. You know what I mean?
Personally know each other. Live on TV.
Yeah, 15 million people watch.
People wives hair and wigs and stuff, but they ain't never still off on me.
Yeah, but you want on 15 million people watching.
Yeah, 15 million.
But he's a comedian. I'm not no comedian. You know what's gonna happen with a comedian.
15 million is a lot.
What else we got though?
15 million people is a lot.
We're on this for a minute. What else?
But shout out to wait, hold on. We gotta talk about before we jump the subject. We gotta talk about what you think should happen to Will Smith moving forward. What should happen, or what do you think should happen? Do you think Chris Rock should have sued Will Smith the next day, or to this point $400 million, or $200 million, like Jim Carrey said, $200 million?
No,
if it were me, if you slap me like that, I'm gonna start it off.
You slap me like that.
Let me show you my
hands.
hands. You slap me like that. First of all, if I don't react, I'ma definitely sue you for if you worth $500 million. I'ma definitely put out 200 million or maybe more or half your money, and maybe I can get 100. Settle out of court for 100, but I'm gonna go for half your money at least for 250. Because I feel like it'll never be over. You ruin my life. When I go to court, that's what I'm gonna use. Hey man, you ruined my whole life. In my life career, I could have made 250 million. I'm not gonna be able to make that. I would have canceled all my shows and everything, saying that I can't do comedy no more or nothing. I'm just staying in the house. I can't even go outside because I'm embarrassed. I want 250. And I set out of court for 150. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're gonna be rolling around on that. Now, security couldn't get us.
All right, so now you go.
And if I get to that car, it's gonna be even worse.
What will you do if it happened to you? What will you do?
We've been fighting anyway.
So you would have been fighting.
Yeah. Matter of fact, did you see?
So you wouldn't sue?
Hey, did you see Chris Rock when he balled his fist and caught back, but he didn't swing?
I ain't even balled his fist up all the way. He thought about it.
He thought about it.
So you wouldn't sue? You wouldn't? You just y'all been fighting? I don't know,
because we've been fighting, so I don't know what we've been going down. Once you slap me, we fighting.
All right, that's your opinion. Now, what you would have done, GS? What?
After everything happened, I don't know.
I would have let it rock and get you later, because I know you. We know each other. I can always get you. I'll get you later. You don't know when it's coming.
So you saying after he slapped you, then you would just get him later?
I'll get him later.
All right. So what will you do with it?
With another award show.
Boy.
So what will you do with the money situation? You want to sue him?
Nah, I'll get him later.
I'm the only one there to sue. I'm the only one chasing that bag.
Look, I catch him on the set.
It depends who I am.
Might come to him. You know,
to me, I feel like
fight right then. So I don't know.
I feel like you embarrassed me more than anybody ever been embarrassed on TV, and I got all the proof I need. And if I feel like Chris Rock was jealous of him anyway, that's why he cracking them crazy jokes on him. You, because he said something earlier in a like on some type of late night show a few years back about Will Smith stealing all the roles and all this and that. I saw that the other day, and I'm like, man, it seemed like to me he was kind of jealous of him.
Rock is trying to save.
Maybe he would. That's why he was cracking jokes on him.
Chris Rock trying to save my man.
Hey, I would have sued him for at least 250. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
I wouldn't have to work. I wouldn't even have to be Chris Rock no more. I wouldn't have to be Chris Rock no more. I could be nobody because I got 250. You take the money I already got plus a fresh 250. How can the judge deny you? How can the judge deny you of some money?
And the Oscar look like Jada.
Know what I mean? How can the judge deny you and say, nah, we ain't giving you no money? It's impossible. He got to give you some money.
But what I don't like is she would not back him for nothing. And he just done that.
Bro.
She would not look out.
Man, I wouldn't even be with her because for one, she ain't even attractive to me. I don't like nothing about her. I mean, I don't like her personality. I don't like the way she look. I mean, she just looked like maybe he look at her like how she look is just for him.
She done something to him that turned him on.
And then I would, if I were him,
either that
I felt like he a sucker anyway for going on that Red Table Talk.
Yeah. I wouldn't been up there.
If my wife would have asked me to do that after you done cheated on me, first of all, you wouldn't be my wife. First of all, you wouldn't be my wife, and I ain't going nowhere with you to talk about nothing. Yeah. Maybe after I done married and had some more kids by another woman, then maybe years later I'd go out there and we could talk or what happened. But I'm not gonna be talking as your husband on no show like that. I could be talking to you as your ex-husband 10 years later or something.
No, but yo, son, that's the craziest thing I think about. Like, yo, you Will Smith, you don't have to be with her, bro.
Yeah, no, you don't. People get married and divorced every day, B.
You Will Smith, bro.
Yeah, like, all right.
Willard.
All right, that's our take on that Will Smith situation. Next thing I wanted to talk about this week is a accident, a tragic accident we had of a person in Orlando on a ride 430 feet high, a fast dropping ride. I want to say that It moves at like 75 miles per hour.
Tyree Sampson, if I'm saying the name right.
Tyree
Yeah,
Sampson.
I think it's Tyree Sampson.
Okay, he had a tragic fall.
Yeah, everybody look up on that because
I don't exactly know how many feet he fell from, but I know the ride is 430. Yeah, but I don't think he fell from the top. He fell when it was slowing down, when it was a little past halfway. I think it was like a third of the way up when it came. Let's just say 100 feet. If it goes up 430 feet, I'm gonna just say he fell or at 100 feet or maybe higher than that. But they were saying they don't know how he fell out, but his weight, some people say is 340 up to 350. And 287 supposed to be the max of the ride.
Yeah, so like
the max weight.
Pounds over.
Anything over 287 pounds, you don't supposed to be able to ride on it. And he was like 6'4" or 6'5" tall. At only 14 years old. His father got on the news and said that he was wanted to be one day make it to the NFL, play football.
Mm-hmm.
But his life was tragically cut short. And the reason why I want to talk about it, because for one, it happened this week. And for two, is because they saying they don't know what happened, how he fell out the ride. They say the ride won't operate unless all the seats are locked. It won't even operate.
Mm-hmm.
On the video, they don't show where the seat came up and he flew out. He couldn't. He was too big to slide underneath. So, what y'all think happened to him?
Well, I saw a few different things. Like the one I saw that it was actually locked and somehow it got broken because of his weight. But then what we were looking at earlier, we were like, it probably wasn't all the way in.
Well, I saw one video
because I mean, we don't know. We gotta go do our own investigate.
I saw one video where everybody were asking the people when the ride first started, did you check the seat belts? I don't think this seat belt locked and all that. People were asking those questions before the ride started. And then the people that work on the ride, and they were like, yeah, the seat belt's locked or whatever. The right, because everybody say from the news that the ride won't work unless, I guess, every seat is locked. And I think it holds 30 people. And it's kind of hard to say what happened because it seemed like to me, because I saw a video of him falling, but it seemed like if they got the videos and they can read your license plates from the sky and they got these cameras, why can't they zoom in if he fell out with his seatbelt lifted up? Why they can't zoom in, see the seatbelt lifting up, see him flying out and say, okay, the seatbelt or the latch or whatever holds him down, it just broke. Why they just can't come out and say that if they got videos of him falling? Why they can't, if they can send you a ticket in the mail of your license plate number, why they can't zoom in on that, on his chair and say, okay, the seatbelt broke. Now we need to find out why it broke. Why they keep saying, oh, we don't know how he fell out. What you think about that, GS?
I think it was faulty equipment. It was basically just faulty equipment.
Usually what always.
You could look right at it and tell that it's not right. They're probably not gonna say anything because you know how that is. If it's in ongoing investigations, they're not gonna say too much. You know, the family may, you know what I'm saying.
So do you think the seatbelt wasn't latched or it came unlatched?
I think it came unlatched.
Because it's a fairly new ride. It's not like the equipment is old. And do you think that, of course they're gonna be sued, of course. We already know that. Yeah, so do you think it was the conductor's fault because they let a
overweight,
almost I'm gonna say almost 80 pounds overweight rider get on the ride? Or do you think it's kind of hard to judge how much somebody weighs? What you think about that? How can you really judge?
Yeah, you can't judge that.
Sometimes you can look.
You can't judge that.
My
That's
man. Got
hard
both
to
two
judge.
sides.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to judge, especially when you're dealing with somebody that's 6'5". I mean, like
Yeah.
if he was like 6 foot maybe or 5'10", then you could say, hey, yeah, you weigh 350 pounds. But a tall person, I think it's harder to judge their weight when they tall. So I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing they don't have a scale out there and say, hey, step on the scale. Let me see how much you weigh.
Dropped at 75 miles per hour while he was falling.
Nah, they
You know
don't
how
have a
fast
scale
it is.
where they can ask my man to step on the scale before he go on the ride. So they kind of got to eyeball it.
So who is at fault here? Is it the person that took the chance, knowing the weight limit? Do you think he was too young to even think about how much he weighed? Oh, I can't get up there because I'm too big, or this seat is kind of too small for me. I'm getting
that
out.
should have determined a lot. The seat, once you sat down, you were like,
yeah, I think I'm too big. Like,
yeah. I don't know.
But him
It's
being
just-
so
it's
young,
like
he's just
so
a
much-
teenager. He ain't even been a
Yeah.
teenager, nothing but what, 2 years.
It just seemed like so much was going on at that time.
He could have known that he was too small.
Yeah, like shouldn't they have known that the seat was too small for this big dude?
Told him not to get on the ride.
Yeah, I think more people should have been involved in it.
Another lawsuit.
Yeah, like, yeah, hey, how you let my child? Because if it was my child, of course I would be hurt because I lost a child, but I would be madder at the people that let my child get on the ride. Like, you can see my child don't fit on this ride. Like, what y'all doing? Allowing him to get on the ride. Like,
Told him not to get on the ride.
yeah, like I think that was bad. I think it's gonna end up bad for the owners of the ride. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. But you know they're gonna do the investigation, go through everything, and we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, I want to say R.I.P. to Tyree
R.I.P.
Sampson. Yeah. All right. Moving off of that. Let's see what we got now. With it. What you think about the Tom Brady? Let's move on to some sports because we had to throw the sports in there every week. What's going on with the world of sports? We both know Tom Brady returned to the NFL after he said he was going to retire. Okay, 2.5 weeks after he comes back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, his coach, Bruce Arians, he retires from coaching, but he says he's going to take another role, some kind of I don't know if it's upper management, but some type of company role with the organization. How do you feel about that? Because I'm kind of thinking maybe that's the reason why Tom came back, because he say, I will come back if you get rid of the coach. You know what I'm saying? Since that all transpired the way that it did, I'm thinking maybe it's some type of beef between the coach and Tom Brady, because why all of a sudden you planning on retiring or you know what I'm saying, resigning from coaching after he come back?
I think he was along there in age, and when Tom Brady came back, he was ready to retire anyway. So he wanted to make sure the team was in a good place before he retired. So when Tom Brady came back, he said, "Okay, now the team's in a good place. I'm gonna go do this other position, and then I can retire." Now I put Todd Bowles in charge, which is an African American coach. Okay, the team's in good hands. Everything's in good hands. Tom's back. Todd Bowles is in charge. Good. Now I can rest easy and I can retire knowing I didn't leave the franchise messed up before I decided to leave.
Oh, so you don't think it was no beef between the coach and Tom Brady? You think he was saying like, Tom is back. Now I can retire because I trust what's gonna happen after I step down. And I'm old.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Just old. but he wanted to make sure the team was good before he left.
They joined Shiesty. I don't even know.
Well, maybe you're right because we'll never know, but it seemed kind of suspicious to me. Tom retires, comes back. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing the conversation didn't go like this. Hey, Tom, I'm retiring. Will you come back since I'm retiring and make sure the team's straight? And Tom like, okay, yeah. I mean, I can't see it that way. Like to me, I think Tom made a deal. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back if y'all get me a
rid of
different
this
coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I kind of feel about it. But it could go either way. You know what I'm saying? You never know what way it went. But I guess
So
we'll
much
find out.
Stuff go on that is
the
hard to
NFL is really turning into as the world turns or something. Days of our lives. Like it's always some news in the NFL. That's why and another thing, when we were talking about a couple weeks ago when we did the podcast and we were naming out the good receivers, I want to say I'm sorry for leaving out Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp and the receivers like that. Odell, I didn't throw Odell in there, but I want to kind of touch up on the Odell situation. And we were talking about players like LeBron James and people not saying he's as good because he doesn't have those freakish moves. And I was thinking about something later on. Odell is not that great of a receiver, but those freakish moves, they get people on your side and they kind of like make people interested.
Long as you're there when it counts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You got much better receivers than Odell. But when you do the freakish moves, like the Kobe's, like the Jordans, I mean, I never seen a LeBron do a move that I was like, you know what I mean?
No, the freakish move would be like a Kyrie.
All the time you see, all the time.
With the handles.
Yeah,
like Jordan, a Westbrook.
I think people gonna always say Jordan.
He don't win, he do what he needs.
I think people always gonna say Michael Jordan because he do the freakish move that make you say, wow, look at that. And I never seen that from LeBron. But
Jordan do everything.
At the same time, Odell, he's not that great of a receiver to me. He's great, but not as great as some of the other ones, or as good, but he has those freakish moves that made him a superstar. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody wants to do.
Yeah, the catch.
So he's a Kyrie Irving. He's Kyrie Irving.
So I mean, I just wanted to touch on that because I left Jamar Chase out. If that's his name that played for the Bengals, the new guy.
Chase.
I threw CeeDee Lamb in there, but I forgot about Chase and Cooper Kupp as some of the good ones. I think we just said that Davante Adams was the best, and I left it alone. I want to apologize for leaving it alone because I should have said Cooper Kupp and Chase. I should have threw them in there too. All right, moving on. What you think about that though? What you think about? Do you think that when we did the first show, we left some of the wide receivers out that we should have mentioned? Because I got some inboxes about that. And I definitely got one about that Cooper Kupp. Nobody said Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, we did leave some off. We left a few. Yeah, we left a few off.
Yeah, Kupp is, to me, could be number one receiver.
I mean, his stats are better.
Yeah, he could be like
his stats are better than Davante Adams. I was just speaking from my point of view, what I see when I call him the best in the league, from what I see and the way he catches. What I see.
Oh, we got to call in Jerry Jones. Oh, my bad.
AJ Brown.
No, we didn't.
AJ Brown for the Titans.
Oh, yeah. For Tennessee. Yeah. That's another one you could throw in there.
He was for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah. You could throw him in there. Yeah, we left a few people off. I want to apologize for that. I just couldn't think at that moment. I was just talking about
our receivers and stuff is so hard because like so many ups and downs with them.
Yeah, but some of them they get too much attention because they too athletic. And we look at the athleticism and we think they're great, but
That's
they
like
drop a lot of balls.
me being a Cowboy fan like Dez Bryant. Once he got that one injury, he was killing them because he could jump higher than everybody. But when he couldn't jump higher than everybody, it was just over for him. So
You think
the agility and everything.
you think the Lakers gonna make the playoff?
Yep.
What made you say the Lakers gonna make the playoff?
Illuminati gonna make them make it, but it's crazy.
AD,
What in the
AD
world
Yeah,
made
AD
you think
and LeBron
AD
is
and
back.
LeBron both coming back.
y'all make it sound like AD and LeBron never been beat?
I
Yeah,
mean,
but the NBA
Like it's uncommon.
this is what the NBA wants, no matter what.
Y'all make it sound like the way y'all responded and said AD and LeBron coming back.
they gonna make the play-in
Yeah,
the
the
play-in
play-in.
game. But as far as that, I don't know. I don't
How far they
I don't-
go?
going past the play-in game. They're gonna get
But
in.
I always felt that the NBA, with LeBron being the poster boy of the NBA, they want to make it look like he's an underdog just so they can shoot him to that position where he could get championships and
Who?
pass Michael Jordan.
Who you talking about, LeBron?
And yeah,
He's stat chasing this year.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
he's
but the NBA is like relying on him, like really doing things to make it. Now they try to make him an underdog. So when he do come out on top, they'll be like, see, he ain't had no hair. Even though he had
I mean,
he
is
got a
the
good team now, man, ain't winning. That's why I'm like, it ain't making no sense for them to have a team this good and can't win that.
I mean, look at this team. They're underdog. They went and got all the oldest stars in the league and put them on one team.
But they still got like young people too, like Malik Monk and all them. But it's just you got Westbrook.
I think the
Westbrook,
Lakers
AD,
trash.
and LeBron, like shit just.
I think the
damn near
Lakers
automatic.
trash this year because for one, I think that it was a mistake to
Number
get all the old people. I mean, you know you need some.
I was
some
mad
energy.
we traded everybody, man. I was like,
You know they
Draft
needed some
picks.
energy, but I hope they come back because they the most talked about team out of all the basketball because they fella. So I love to see fellas, people that's failing, come back, make a comeback. I mean,
they got the team that should be winning it all, but
I
it's
hate to
just
see them go out
something
so
just
soon.
wrong.
I at least want to see them get down and dirty when it all counts. I do.
So, do you think AD and LeBron is coming back too soon off injuries, or you think they should just call it a year and wait for next year?
No, AD need to come back. He spent too much time injured. Come on
Even
back.
even if it might cost him another injury, like
Earn your
the
got
KD Warrior
relax.
thing, Golden State thing.
He got the off season to relax, man.
I just want to say, T.O. is going to he's 48 years old. He's going to I don't even know what to call the league. Johnny Manziel, the quarterback, though. What they call the Zappers or something. Johnny Manziel is the quarterback for the Zappers. What is that league called? It's something like a minor football league or something.
Is it the AFL?
I don't know, but T.O. is 48 years
I
old.
saw something on him coming back, but I ain't know.
Yeah,
Is it
he
the
going.
AFL? It ain't semi-pro. Well, I know it probably
whatever
ain't semi-pro.
team, whatever league Johnny Manziel playing, that's a league T.O. going to play in.
Hold up, Johnny Manziel didn't he go to the XFL? But it's over with though, right?
I don't know, but I know it's not the same as what y'all feel about T.O. coming back at 48 years old playing football. That's like 24 months from
T.O.
being
need to go
50.
be a coach or do something.
That's like
A wide receiver coach.
I'm pretty sure he about 20 months from being 50 years old. So how you feel about that?
I don't know what to say about that.
He's
That's breaking news for this week too. We can't leave that out.
Breaking news.
I think he should sit down somewhere. If you ask me, I think he's too old.
He should.
I think in his mind he never really proved the point that he was trying to make, and I think he was trying to prove a point like he the best that ever did it, but he didn't quite complete the mission. And I think he's trying to show the world, maybe get back in the NFL. If he goes to this league and outperforms, maybe somebody give him a job at receiver or something in the NFL. I think that's
the way NFL work.
I think, but that's what I think. That's his mission in his mind. I think that's what he want to do. But I mean, I could be wrong. But why would he still want to play at 48? I'm pretty sure he got a couple coins still left. I mean, what you gonna try to damage your body any further? And not less you got a point you need to make or trying to prove.
Just can't leave it alone.
What you think?
Like most
What you think he should do, GS?
He probably should retire though. He probably should just leave it alone. But sometimes that when that itch needs to get scratched,
Like,
you got to go where the opportunities at playing football.
so you think it's like a Floyd Mayweather situation?
Gotta be.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, if Floyd can't
nobody.
stop fighting, he just got to box
Still young. He
somebody.
ain't fighting no people.
Floyd ain't young to be
Let's go to
boxing.
boxing. And since we done took that up, do y'all Floyd call himself greatest all time? Do you call Floyd greatest all time?
No.
I got no to what you call.
Of all
It's
time,
boxers
that's
out there.
everybody.
It's boxers out there that beat 128 people. Floyd only beat what?
I
Like
don't.
50? He only beat 48 boxers.
I can't.
Everybody else wasn't even boxers that he beat.
It depends on what you calling the greatest of all time. Like, far as the most successful, is that what the greatest is?
No, greatest is the greatest boxer who you go head to head in the
I
prime.
mean,
who
it
gonna
got to
win?
be some type of prize. And what's the prize?
I only got Mayweather in my top 10.
What you
I
call
like
it?
him though. He a
Wh-
beast.
what
I don't
is-
got him in my top 10.
To be the greatest, what prize you trying to get? Never lost?
Cause you know
Most
my
money?
man Roy Jones. But
Most-
look how many divisions he ran.
Most money, never lost? Got hit the least amount of
To
time?
me, Mayweather didn't fight.
What does the
He didn't
greatest...
fight enough people, or he
Greatest-
wait till people like he fought Pacquiao late. Like he just
The greatest of all time should fight all comers.
all comers,
Try
all
to
the
fight
top people, take them all down.
try to fight everybody in their prime.
And he like the
Okay.
only top boxer to not do that.
Pacquiao, when Pacquiao is
Yeah.
a governor in Venezuela, wherever he comes from. Don't wait till Pacquiao is one step out the door to try to fight.
And the loss, and now you gonna fight
And
him. Well,
Pacquiao
fight him
come
in
from the
field.
Philippines?
Yeah,
Yeah, from the Philippines. Don't fight Pacquiao when Pacquiao's about to retire.
yeah. When he
Like
done
that man-
lost, he just caught an L. Now you want to fight him because you saw the way this person beat him. And that probably was his toughest competition his whole life was Pacquiao to me.
So y'all looking at Mayweather like he's a businessman, not
Yeah,
necessarily.
he more been he a P Diddy. He ain't gonna
Uh,
put the work in.
I mean, it's a lot of
But I like
good
Mayweather though. I
boxers,
won a
but-
lot of money off Mayweather.
I can't
Yeah.
say he's the greatest because I haven't seen all the boxers box until I watch everybody,
I don't watch that.
all the
Everybody
mainstream
see.
people, little clips and shows of them, reviews of the. I can't say.
My boy Roy Jones fight anybody running through all divisions, fighting anybody.
I mean, it depends on what you call the greatest. I mean, what you trying to accomplish. I'm pretty sure a lot of boxers.
Ali, all them boys.
Not
that would
all of
fight,
them had
they'll
the
fight
same goal.
anybody that was gonna.
I'm pretty sure everybody in every
Mayweather
sport
more money.
trying to.
Like he
What you trying to accomplish?
he didn't want to fight the best or
So I
he
guess
he
different
made sure he
boxers
wasn't
had
gonna
different
lose.
things they trying to accomplish. Like maybe for Floyd, it was not to lose and make the most money. That's why he
Yeah.
called himself the greatest because he
Yeah.
did it. I mean, what was the other boxer's reason for boxing?
To beat the best
Floyd didn't bite the
and to
best
beat the best.
that he
Man,
could have.
if you want to look at it like that, I guess he
Everybody else wanted to beat the best and
I want to be the best.
wanting to show you they're the best. Nobody could beat them. They'll fight anybody, any challenger. Mayweather was a little different. Like I'm
it's hard
gonna
to say.
stall out till I can get more money, then fight you when you kind of going down. You ain't as good now. You ain't.
I
in
think
your
a lot
prime.
of people feel that way about Floyd, though. I think
Floyd, Jake Paul, a YouTuber.
Then he fought that Japanese dude.
yeah, but I think he just fighting them just for extra money. Like we were saying, like the T.O. situation. That's why I brought up Mayweather because I think he's doing it just to be doing it. I think T.O. doing it just because he liked to play football and not really because he trying to, like I feel like they hate fading away. You know what I'm saying?
else should go somewhere coach wide receivers.
Yeah, like
That's exactly
Deion.
what I said.
Like something like Deion doing. Go to college and do some work.
Yeah, just
Do
Go
something
to
for the community.
college and be a head coach.
At HBCU or something.
yeah. What we need to do.
Go back to his alma mater.
But okay,
My boy T-Mac.
we about to end the show.
One-on-one.
We about to end this show. We approaching the hour, but
Hold. Before we end, I want
can't
to
end
shout
the
out to
show.
my boy T-Mac Lee that he's coming out with the one-on-one league.
I want to talk about this Duke and Carolina game.
Oh yeah.
Before we end the show, that's coming on. When is it? Saturday? Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Come on tomorrow.
I wore my Duke jersey.
Hopefully the show will be out before the game.
I wore my Duke jersey for this podcast just because I'm a Duke fan, and I'm hoping that they beat the hell out of Carolina tomorrow. But I want everybody to know
baby.
that if I can't be a fan of both, but I am a human being. While Carolina and Duke battling, both of them in the runnings for anything, I can't go for Carolina. But when Duke gets knocked out, if it ever happens, hopefully it don't, or I'm saying, speaking for any year, every year, then I have to go for the home team. I have to go for Carolina. If Duke is out of it and has no chance of winning nothing, not playing anymore, then of course I have to go for Carolina after that.
I can understand that. A lot of people do that.
And let's make a bet. Duke versus Carolina.
I don't gamble.
No, we ain't gonna do it with money. Maybe next podcast. I might go watch some Duke stuff.
I don't gamble.
Some UNC stuff.
We talking about Duke and Carolina. Who is favorite to win?
Who's favorite?
Duke.
And why?
Duke.
And why?
I might think it's about tied up for fair. I don't think there's no favoritism for who's gonna win.
Because of their lineup. They have a lot of talent on that lineup.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong, equal team. I feel.
You feel like they're equal?
My only problem is, boy, Coach K last year, they're gonna try to get us. That's how I feel.
I feel like Duke should win. Not saying they're gonna win. I feel like they should do it for two reasons. I think the first reason should be because Carolina beat them last game, and they usually go back and forth like that. That's every year, always. And for Coach K. So I feel like they should do it for if they don't do it, it'll be a letdown season.
Let's go Carolina.
Because for one,
Coach K.
For one, you're gonna let Carolina beat you twice in a row. That's gonna hurt me more than anything. If Carolina beat them back to back, to me, that's gonna be like Carolina the best team out of the two. If they beat them back to back, I don't mind swapping back and forth win losses. I don't mind that. I don't like it, but I don't mind it so much. But whoever wins back to back or twice in the season, I feel like it proves who the better team is. But I would like, other than that, I would like to see Coach K go out with a bang just to get to the championship.
But Carolina fans want to rain on that parade, man.
Yeah, Roy Williams ain't go out with no bang. Coach K ain't going out when they win.
It's always been kind of difficult for me to go for Duke, being that Carolina is who everybody from Carolina roots for. I mean, Jordan went to Carolina.
Duke fan is so crazy.
Bro, you like who
Look
you
at the
like.
NBA. The NBA loaded with Duke now.
You like who you like. I mean, I like Duke. I mean, I ain't saying nothing wrong with Duke, or we ain't put a lot of people in the NBA. That ain't what I'm saying.
They've been trying to play us lately, Carolina. So we gotta come up, get this championship, get our name back.
I feel like St. Peter's couldn't match up with Carolina. I think that was a joke.
Yeah, that ain't. I thought that was a joke too.
Yeah,
UCLA would have when I was scared of. I thought UCLA might
because you're gonna take a team that a college team that nobody wanted to go to, and match them up with a college team that everybody wanted to go to. No basketball players say, my dream is to go to college at St. Peter's and play basketball. But you got kids from all across the country that their dream is to go play for Carolina.
But look, Duke
then you're gonna take the two teams and match them up. I'm talking about
Duke been getting all the recruits past this year. Carolina ain't been able to get
I ain't talking about
the
Duke. I'm talking about the Carolina and St. Peter's game. The reason why I thought it was a joke, because you're gonna take like the least, the Not saying they had bad players, because they had awesome players on St. Peter's team. But when you look at it for how it is, you had some United States best on Carolina team. It is what it is. You could say Duke got better players, or Gonzaga got better players, or they still top players that most players want to go to. You got Kentucky, you got UCLA, you got Carolina, you got Duke, you can throw Virginia in there. Yeah, you got Connecticut. You just got these certain teams, they hold that standard. Gonzaga, Vanderbilt.
We've been doing bad for a little while though, as far as getting the recruits we needed.
Arkansas, you can even throw UNLV in there. You can throw LSU in there. It's a lot of teams that the best players in the country want to go to.
I actually was rooting for them.
Until
they met us,
because
they couldn't root for them no more.
They weren't supposed to be there because nobody want to go to St. Peter.
Just like what the year with Davidson?
It's like the people that in that neighborhood, where they from? They were from New Jersey, right?
St. Peter.
It's like the people from New Jersey in that neighborhood, they went to that college. And they competing against Carolina when you got people from every state.
Let's go Pitt community.
But I think Duke should win for those two reasons. For one, Carolina beat you last time. You need to get some get back. And for Coach K. Let's do it.
Yeah, but
go dark blue.
Carolina blue, baby. Go on, throw it up. Take your shirt off. Wave it like a helicopter.
All right, y'all got anything y'all want to touch up on before we wrap this show up?
Y'all anything you want to talk about, GS?
Who
the number one draft pick NFL?
What you say?
Who the number one draft pick NFL?
The defensive tackle from Georgia. What's his name?
I do not know his name.
I don't even know. I don't even know why he asked that question. Yeah, I don't even know why he asked that question. I don't know. I had no idea. I wait until the draft will get a little bit closer, and then I know the Browns ain't got that many draft picks, so I ain't even been really into it. So I know we ain't gonna get nobody from the first round. So I ain't really been paying attention to it. But it's all about defensive players this year. If it was more of a offensive line. Offensive lineup like quarterbacks, wide receiver, draft class, then I'll be more into it. But since it's all defensive players, I ain't even been really keeping up with it. Like I know a couple players, but none off the top of my head that's going in it.
His name is Jordan Davis.
Shout out to Jordan Davis.
Jordan.
Number one draft pick.
Yeah, I think we covered everything I wanted to cover for this week. Yeah. I think the only thing I wanted to cover, but I'm not going to touch on it. I wanted to cover the Leah Thomas swimming. She won the championship NCAA women's competition, but I'm not going to touch on that subject. But I really want to, but I'm not going to do it. But GF, thank you for coming on the show, man. We'll catch you next week.
Is Ben Simmons ever gonna play?
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that swimming.
Cause they cheating.
All right, man. Once again, it's been the K Pasa podcast and reviews where we talk about everything that happened going on in the week. We talk about sports. We talk about politics. We want y'all to subscribe to the channel because we're going to go live. We went live last week, but my Wi-Fi was acting up and we got the visual. We couldn't get the sound out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload it this week and shoot it out there. And next week, we're going to go live again. So if you subscribe to the channel, then when we go live, you can come up here. We want to bring some people up on and put them on the green screen. We want to talk to more people on the phone. Send me an email at thekpasa@gmail.com. If you got anything you want to talk about, you can give me your number. I give you my number. You can call the show. I want you to subscribe to the channel. We're going to bring you on and you could be a part of our show when we go live. And we're going to try to go live next week. But until then, this been the K Prosser Show. Take it
Peace.
easy.